Hello, boils and ghouls, and everyone creepy in between. This is another episode of the Average Ghost Mom podcast. Okay, what a dull week it has been. Not really had much going on um, all last week. Well, let's see. I think the biggest thing I talked about was my new car. That's the last kind of major update that there's been. So, since then, with my new car, let me give a continued update on that. So, got my new car. I have a really good gas mileage on it for it being an SUV. I have like in town, I've gotten up to 28 miles a gallon, which is really good. And for my listeners across seas, don't ask me the kilometers per gallon. Do you even measure your gas in gallons? Well, okay, hold on. That's a liquid. There's only one measurement of liquid, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. Educate me. Let me know. Anyway, I get 28 miles to the gallon in town in this thing. I can't wait to see what I get getting to use my cruise control out on the highway on my big trip that I'm taking this coming weekend. Um, so I had to get some floor mats for my car because it did not come with floor mats. um, from what we can tell, it was like a leased vehicle, like a rented vehicle before us. So, well, before me. So I assume the floor mats just got them. They just got probably used up, and they just said, you know what? They're better off just getting new floor mats for this car. So that's what I did. I went out and got me some rubber floor mats. Um, and when I was looking at the selection of floor mats, I was like, look at these. They're gray, and they're the only gray floor mats. I want them. So I bought them, and then I'm driving away from the store, and I'm like, why did I get gray floor mats? My whole interior is black. Oh well, whatever. Like, that's just gonna be what it's gonna be, you know? So, I also got a steering wheel cover. It's my first steering wheel cover. Well, I think maybe technically my second steering wheel cover, but the first one that I've gotten to pick out. It's kind of like a chameleon rainbowish one. Like if you look at it at the right angle and the right light, it looks rainbowy. And then like when it's dark, it does not look rainbow. Well, okay, obviously if it's dark, it doesn't look rainbowy, but I'm just saying like in a different light and angle, it doesn't look rainbowy. Anyway, um I um I had a problem. Thought I fixed the problem. I didn't fix the problem how I wanted to fix it. But then I found the fix to the problem, and now I have two solutions to one problem, but it ends up solving a second problem. Are you confused yet? Let me explain it in a little bit better detail. So I wanted a back seat dog canopy. You know, um it's like it hooks around the back seat's headrests, and it comes down and it comes across and it comes back up and hooks around the front seat headrests, and it's meant to keep the dog, like that's where you put the dogs. That's what I wanted, and I thought that's what my parents had, and it's not what they had. They just had a simple like dog car seat cover, so it just hooks around the back two headrests and it comes down and it comes forward on the seat and then just drops down. And that's not quite what I wanted, but I ordered it. And then when it came and I put it out, I was like, "Oh wait, this isn't what I wanted." And even though it had a picture of what the product was online, it didn't click in my brain that like, "Hey, look, see how it doesn't come back up in the picture? That's not what you originally wanted." But I still was like, "Oh, that's what mom and dad have. That's what I want. This is what I'm getting." So it comes in, I'm like, it's not quite what I wanted, but it's a very good thick material. It's got a lot of zippers in a lot of places. It's got Velcro holes for seat belts, so I can put Ava's car seat like right on top of this, rather than like putting it just straight onto the car seat and then like letting her get the car seat all dirty, like the actual seat of the car dirty. So I can put her car seat on this seat cover and it'll work because it has a hole for her seatbelt buckle. Um, so I'm very pleased with this purchase still because it's like, oh, like if I don't want to have to get the canopy out, or like if I'm bringing Ava and a dog or dogs out, like I can use this and this will be fine. This will work great. Um, so it's still a good purchase. I still like it. It's a very good material. It's a very good buy. Definitely worth it. Not quite what I was wanting though. Well, girl, would you believe 3 days later, my best friend, she texts me. She says, "Hey, look, Aldi has the canopy car seat covers that you want for your dogs." I said, and girl, we were supposed to go on a date night. I said, "Babe, you're going to have to give me like 20 minutes. I got to run to Aldi before they sell out of these." I drive. I don't run. Girl, you kidding? I don't run. I drive. I don't speed because I'm trying to keep good gas mileage on this car. I go to Aldi and I go beeline for the aisle of shame. Okay. The aisle of shame in Aldi. Aldi is a grocery store, but they have one aisle that is not like dedicated grocery stuff. It's like their seasonal non grocery things. So I'm talking like right now, 4th of July is about to come up. They have a section of 4th of July decor and special plates and bright neon stars and whatever. And they got tablecloth covers or whatever. Right now it's summer, so pools are big. They got a small assortment of pools. They got fun kids sprinklers. They've got swimsuits, towels, swimming shoes, different kinds of floaties. It's also grilling season, so they got grilling stuff like spatulas, aprons, I don't know, other things. Um, they have just like seasonal footwear, seasonal attire, seasonal jewelry. What else? Gardening. They've got gardening tools that are in and out. They do have one section that is like limited time offer food products. So like they'll get like two shipments of something in, and then like when it dwindles down enough, they like throw it in the LTO section. LTO means limited time offer, just for the record. Golly gee, I'm trying to think. Oh, they also just have like a kitchen utility section. So like some pots and pans, some like cutting boards sometimes, some intricate bowls. They have a automatic wine dispenser that I see come in and out. Cause like sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Like I think it's a floater thing. Sometimes oh, they always have seasonal like not to go containers, but like plastic containers that like if you wanted to send food with someone, you could. But like plastic food storage containers, they have seasonal, and then they also just have like their ones that come in and out. Like when it's springtime, they'll have them in spring colors, and then when it's summer, they'll have them in summer colors. And so I get to Aldi, beeline for the aisle of shame. Okay, because I tell you what, you think you go into Aldi on a budget, the minute you go down that aisle of shame, budget is out the window. I promise you that. You will find something and you will say, but do I need it? I mean, no, but I didn't know I wanted it until I saw it existed. And now, like, I really want it. Can I budget for it? Well, if I just get one extra thing, it won't be too bad. And then before you know it, that's just the beginning of the aisle. Anyway, stay on track. Go down the aisle of shame, and I search this thing 3 times before I find these dog canopies. And I find a black one, which is what I want, because black interior. Because their options is black, green plaid, or like this dusty pink flower pattern. And neither of those are my style. It's definitely gonna be the black. So I get the black. I also got 2 little pop-up trash cans for the car, and I got the seat thing, the 2 pop-up trash cans. Oh, and I got a portable air conditioner. Like you pour some water in it, the filter soaks it up, and then it blows out the cold water air. So, got me a little one of those amongst other things I've gotten in the Isle of Shame recently. So, I go and I put it in my car, and, like, technically, it's just a little bit too small. Like, they could have made the bottom a little bit bigger, but also like, I have 2 dogs, and I don't plan on getting any dogs in the future that are bigger than the dogs that I have right now. In fact, I plan on getting smaller dogs in the future. So this is gonna be perfect for small dogs, you know? It's great for extra small, small, medium, and like medium starting to go on large. I think once you start getting up into large and extra large dogs, I don't think this canopy is it, personally. Just because I think you just kinda this canopy would fit better in a car, like a four-door sedan, rather than my slightly bigger cabbed Tucson, you know? So, kinda take that, judge it as you will, but it'll definitely work. So, taking this big trip, okay? I try to usually not tell like, I don't wanna be in the habit of, like, saying where I'm gonna be before I'm there, because I don't want people to, like, figure out where I live maybe, like, bad people, and then, "Oh, she's gone for the week? Oh, we can go break into her house." But I'm not big enough yet, so I can tell you my plans now. So we're going out to Nebraska for a week, and we're taking our dogs with us. So it's me, Josh, and our 2 dogs coming with us. And then we're gonna stay there for a week, and then coming back from Nebraska, it's me, Josh, 2 dogs, and Ava. So, I want to try and explain how I've got the car situated because, girl, even when I mess up, I'm still good. Like, I amaze myself sometimes because I initially was just going to have the one canopy car seat cover thing and then probably just get like a tarp to go in the back because usually in a back row, when where the back seats can go down, it's there's always like 3 seats. There's the 2 seats on the side, and then there's like a dinky middle seat, and that dinky middle seat is always attached to one of the seat sides. So you have a 2 seat that goes down and 1 seat that stays up, or like vice versa. You can put the 1 seat that goes down and the 2 seats stay up. So since it's only Ava in the back seat, needing a back seat, I keep the 1 up for her and I put the 2 down. Well, this is what I did. I kept the regular car seat cover on the car seat, like on the row. I can unzip the car seat cover so that the zipper lines up like it stays where it needs to for the single seat. But then when I push the 2 seats down next to it, I can lay the car seat cover over and it's not staying up like wanting to stay in like a seat formation. You can unzip it so the one side is flat. And that fits perfectly over the one whole side of the 2 seats that are down. So I'm going to put Freya up there because I'm bringing their 2 beds with them, and I'm gonna put them in the car, so it's kinda like, "Okay, this is where you're gonna stay in the car, and this is where you're staying in the car." And I have dog seat belts, so, like, you put their harness on like, you could do it to their collars, but it's really recommended not to for their safety because in case you are in an accident and they come flying forward, like, they don't fly forward and then get choked out by their collars being around their neck is what the thing that's holding them back. So they're gonna have their harnesses on while they're in the car, and you hook it up to the harness, and then you're supposed to put it in a seat belt, like, you're supposed to be able to click it into, like, a seat belt clicker thing? I don't know. It's got like a seatbelt end and then it's got like a C-hook clamp end. So the clamp goes on their harness and then you buckle them into the seatbelt buckle. Well, obviously, excuse me, I don't know if that picked it up. I just burped. Oh my god. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Basically, there's anchor spots on the back of the back row on the seats, which are meant for car seat anchors. Because like car seats these days for people who don't have children and understand on car seats, not booster seats, I'm talking like a car seat, especially a front facing car seat. They have anchor ropes. And so you like put it up and over or like between the seats and you hook it to an anchor point. There's a special anchor point that they've made into cars for car seats, so the car seat is more secure and staying in place and doesn't go flying if you're in an accident. So I can C-clamp the seat belt part to, and C-clamp probably isn't the right word, but I don't know what the hell they're called. Anyway, I can like C-clamp the seat belt buckle part to these anchor points. And oh, I didn't tell you the other half. God, I'm so sorry. So I've got the car seat cover, like the regular car seat cover. It hits Ava's seat and then it comes up over and it goes over the two seats that are laying down, so their backside. And then the canopy, the part that goes up against the front seats, it's got a zipper in the middle. So like if you need to like reach your hand back there and get something or whatever while the canopy's up, you can zip the zipper that zips between your two seats and you can reach back there and get it. Girl, I put up one side around the back side of Ava, so now like the canopy is facing into the trunk area. I put that up over Ava's headrest and I unzipped the middle. So now the one half of the canopy lays flat and it like overlaps onto the car seat cover. And now my whole trunk space has coverage. So I'm not going to get dog hair in the fine felt of my trunk. Because I tell you what, I have been driving dogs around more than once in my little Honda hatchback, and dog hair is one of the hardest things to get sucked out of your car. Especially, I don't know if it's just these two dogs. These two dogs shed like no other. Freya got a bath tonight. Tank's gonna get a bath tomorrow, so we're at least going with clean dogs. But like these two, I have to vacuum daily. If I don't vacuum daily, now granted it's white hair on a dark brown floor, so it's much more visible than black hair, but like y'all ask my parents. Ava broke my vacuum 3 hours before they came up here in March, so they got to see what like a week or 2 of not vacuuming looks like in my house. It is insane. Like, I basically have carpet. It is so freaking crazy. Um, so the fact that like my mistake still ended up working out even better in my favor, and I happen to have got products that have um the capability to unzip in the exact right fashion I need them to really, really helps. But Freya's gonna have her bed up on that first double, the two seats that fold down. She's gonna be up there. And her anchor point is like the anchor points almost exactly line up still with the Velcro holes that this car seat and the canopy have, because the canopy also has the car seat buckle Velcro holes so that way you can buckle your dogs into the seat for their safety, which is something I really liked because I didn't notice that on the canopy at first. And so after the fact, like once I put it in the back and was getting things situated, I was like, oh, there's the hole for the seatbelt. And look, just right here, just right next to it, is the anchor point. So they both have easily accessible anchor points because Freya's gonna be in the front and then Tink's gonna be right next to her. So she's like basically gonna be also on the double seats that are folded down. She's gonna be like basically on the joint part. And then all of our bags are gonna fit in the back. And we've got a lot of bags going to Nebraska. I don't know, for some reason, I've just decided I want to be a gifting auntie. I don't know why. To which then my sister commented, well, I don't have kids, so you're not an aunt. Which is kind of funny because, in fact, none of my friends have kids. I'm the only friend in my friend group that has kids, so I would be the least auntiest auntie in the whole friend group. Um, so, but I want to bring gifts. I want to bring gifts for my people because this is like one way how I can show my love for these people, especially since I don't get to see them all the time. And like sending gifts sometimes can get tricky and difficult, especially now that like there's all these tariffs in the US. So like ordering stuff online and sending it to people's places for gift giving times like birthdays and Christmas is kind of hard. So being able to like do this and bring them up when I can, when I see them. It's just one of my ways that I now can show my love and appreciation for my people up here. So, I gotta think. We're getting up there Saturday, so I will probably give the people their things on Saturday, and there's a pretty good chance that they're not gonna listen to my episode on Sunday. But if you are my mother, my father, my sister, or my sister's boyfriend, fast forward a couple minutes if I have not given you your gifts yet. And you will know because they're in a green bag. So you will see. Fast forward a couple minutes. Okay, they're not here. Let me tell you really fast what I'm getting them. Because I can tell you. Okay, so I got my dad a cooling blanket. And it's only like a kind of a smaller twin size, so I'm not even sure if it's gonna completely cover him up, but I saw it and I was like, oh, because he's like super hot all the time, a cooling blanket. I got my mom a dragonfly, it's like a hanging dragonfly spinner that's like supposed to go on like your front porch. And I got my sister a butterfly version of that. And then I got Ava a bug catching little terrarium kit thing. And then I'm bringing up a highlights magazine for Ava. She'll enjoy that. Oh, I also got my dad a Sasquatch keychain because he's really into Sasquatch right now. And it's a keychain of Sasquatch and it says, Bigfoot doesn't believe in you either. And I thought that was really funny because my dad also has a keychain collection. Um, and I'm also making Aunt and Uncle's Day gift from Andrea and her boyfriend. They've been together long enough. I don't think they're going to break up. If they do, that would really suck because we all really like Brett. But anyway, so for some reason, pictures are like a super big thing for me right now. But let me just, I'm printing off Andrea's first picture with Ava in the hospital. And the only picture of Brett and Ava that I have, which was at the zoo over Thanksgiving this past year. And they're gonna go and so I'm doing that for them for Aunt and Uncle's Day 2025. Which Aunt and Uncle's Day is not until the end of July, but I figured I'll bring them theirs now and give them to them now because obviously I'm like, why would I mail them if I'm just going up here a month early, you know? So for some reason, physical pictures and printing off pictures has just been like something that's like really important to me. 'Cause I think, like, the fact that though technology will last forever, specific applications in technology will not. And so, although it's much easier to be able to carry around all of these photos on a device, I wanna print them off, you know? Because like, I'm not sitting here going through my device looking at all these pictures anyways, and it just takes up space, and then you have to buy more space, and so and also, like, I don't feel like people really put up pictures on their walls anymore because they don't have to print off these pictures, they just have them on their phone. So, I'm really big about pictures. I have my whole hallway that I'm like, "I'm gonna put pictures on here." Like, this whole hallway will be dedicated to just, like, people pictures and, like, pet pictures. I want pictures of my family. I want pictures of my family, like, I want pictures of, like, me, Josh, Ava, and the dogs and cats family, and then, like, of my family, like, my mom, my dad, my sister, and me, and then I want, like, pictures of, like, Andrea's family, like, her and Brett, and then whenever that expands, I want pictures of my grandparents, I want pictures of the extended family who is part of my is part of my circle. Because I have, like, a very big extended family, but, like, I don't talk to all of them, you know? Whether it's because of, like, geographical distance or just, like, you've just never came up in my life, like, my grandfather's brother, I don't know him, I don't talk to him, I don't have a need to put his picture up, you know what I'm saying? Like, the super extended family? And there's, like I think it's, like, my mom's uncle's sister's daughter? I don't know. I have a very big family. I don't need every single person on my walls. I just need people who, like, I talk to, you know? I just need the people in my circle. I want pictures of, like, my friends because they're also my family. They're my chosen family. Like, that's the family that's there for me, you know? I mean, for Christ's sake, my best friend was there when Ava was born. She was holding one of my legs open whilst my child was coming into the world, you know? She has supported me since day 1. Oh, well, technically, she supported me since day 3 of moving down to the South. Literally. When I walked in asking for an interview, she was the person who I talked to and said, "Is your manager here? I want an interview." And she's like, "Yeah, let me go get them." Like, literally, I had this interview and got this job basically the 3rd day I had been down here. So, she has, unbeknownst to her, supported me since day 3, literally. Um, you know, it's just making sure the people who are important to me know they're important and displaying to others of the importance of these people is important to me, you know? Like, it's just important to me in case you haven't gotten the clue. Okay, let's move on. I'm sure y'all are very tired listening to me talk about this. But yeah, so traveling, the car seat covers overlapping, and it works out perfectly. And I'm just so excited that I'm not gonna get all this dog hair in my car that's gonna be impossible to get out for the next like 3 years. Like it's not hopefully that's not gonna happen, you know? Probably Friday, when Josh gets home because he should get home before I get off. That's the goal is when I get off work at 4:30, boom, 4:35 we're heading out the garage. We're leaving the driveway, you know? That's what I want to do. And for the people who are like, "Oh, wait, Kristana, but what about your cats?" Them cats don't need shit. They have a gravity feeder, they have gravity water. They'll be fine for a week without a scoop litter box. I will say I have one of my friends who lives up the street. She's gonna stop by after work every day throughout like the work week, just to check up on the cats. Make sure they didn't either A, make sure they didn't throw a rager, or B, make sure I don't walk into my house and there's a dead cat in the middle of the floor. It's kind of really more so, which I don't see either of those happening. So, um, but she'll swing by just to, say hi to the cats and, make sure everything's in place, nothing's crazy, broken or something. Um, but no, they'll be fine. They're okay. They just want to sleep, eat, poop. That's it. That's all they want to do right now. They'll be fine. Um, but yeah, so he ended up he ends up having to work Friday. Originally, like he had Friday off, but then some jobs got mixed up and some people got, their panties in a twist. And so now they're like, okay, well, we have this one job on Friday. Like, will you please come in and just do this one job on Friday? And he's like, yeah, I can do this one job on Friday. Like, that's fine. Because if he wouldn't be able to go in, because this is a very small company. I don't know if I said this in the past. This is a very small company he works for. Like, it's the owner, his wife, and then it's Josh and 2 other people. That's it. So if and Josh has certain certifications that the other 2 don't. So, of course, this one job, like, it would be way more costly if Josh couldn't just get it done on Friday, because they'd have to make multiple trips on Friday and then they have to come back and make multiple trips on Monday and all this costs money. So it's like, "Hey, can you just do this one job?" And just like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, of course." Because I mean, of course, like doing this one job, it goes on his commission check. So doing one job on a Friday, whatever. So he should be back before I do, and hopefully he'll get the dogs brushed. And then Thursday, all of the bags are getting packed. Friday morning, I'm going to pack the car about basically as much as I can. Um, Friday lunch, I'll probably try and give the dogs a good brush. I'll make sure like everything is set up for the house so I can log out, put my computer stuff in the car, and then just leave. You know. Um, so that's and Josh will come home, take a shower, and he'll just sit because I'm the packer. He packs his bag. I pack the car. I am the Tetris one. Something I've always have said about myself that, like, you know what? This is like a skill that for some reason I feel like I'm just really good at is Tetris in real life. Like, I can look at a space and I can take in mentally how big the space is, and I can go to a store and I can say, this will fit in that space, or this, no, this won't fit in that space. And I'm generally pretty good. I think there's only been like a couple times when I've been like a half inch off about something and it ended up not fitting in a space, but I'm generally pretty good. Every time I've had to pack the car before, I've been like, this is gonna go here, this is gonna go like this, and there's just gonna be enough room and it's gonna fit like that. Like, I've been pretty spot on with my packing, and so, especially now that I have a bigger vehicle, I think this might be the biggest vehicle I've had. I don't know if I said before, my very first vehicle ever was a 2010 GMC Acadia that my dad gave me for when I went to college. That at the time was the biggest vehicle I've ever like had. I think this might be a little bit bigger. Not by much, but by enough. And I could be kind of biased in saying that since I've had 2 cars. Oh, no, 3 cars since the Acadia, so I might just not be remembering it very well, but still. I have more space in my hatchback, and I'm very excited. And so, like, Freya's gonna go here, Tink's gonna go here, Anchorport's gonna be here, Ava's gonna sit here, her bag's gonna go here, the snack bag and the drink bag and the cooler are gonna go down here. My work computer stuff, because I'm bringing my stuff with me since I can. So I don't have to take a whole week off of work. I'm only taking Monday and Tuesday off, and then I'm working Wednesday, Thursday, and then the company has the Friday off. So I figured I'll work when my dad works. Um and cuz he's working those 2 days as well. So my screens will go down there and my screen stands will go down there. But my bag will go back there, his bag will go back there, Ava's bag, when it's time, will go back there. Then my computer bag, Josh's computer bag, and then I have the gift bag, and then I have the dog's bag and the dog's food. Um, and I think that's everything. Oh, we're also bringing our pillows, but pillows can go on top. Like, that's not that big of a deal. Because, Lord, when we took that trip to St. Louis and I didn't have my pillows, well, I only sleep with one pillow, but it's a thick pillow. It's a thick pillow. I'm talking thick with 3 C's thick pillow. I didn't have that, and I was like, nope, now I know. I'm bringing my pillow. I think that's all I need to bring. Snack bag, drink bag, and then I'm bringing some cool items, some things that need to stay cool because okay, so like one of the things I'm bringing is some Kaneka sausage, which Kaneka sausage is a very specific sausage that you can only find in the South. In fact, I think maybe you can only find it in Alabama. They make Kaneka sausage in Kaneka County, Alabama. So I don't know if this is like a Runza situation, um, but I'm bringing up some Kaneka sausage because I'm making a dish while I'm up there that requires sausage, and I'm bringing the good sausage. So that's got to stay cold. I soaked some pineapple in alcohol for Ava's birthday party. LOL. Um, Nobody wanted to eat that. I think because the party was just so hectic and people really didn't know about it. So I'm bringing that up with me because I know some young 20 somethings will enjoy those. And I'm bringing something else. What am I bringing? I made a travel pack list. Oh, and I have leftover green beans for this meal that I'm cooking that I'm also bringing that need to stay cold. So, yep. Um, but speaking of traveling, so this is my first time traveling with dogs, okay? And mom and dad, they came up in or came down in March and they brought their 2 dogs. So they have experience in traveling with dogs. But I also know that some of my other listeners have experience in traveling with dogs, like long distance. Um, and I just wanted to know, like, what kinds of tips and tricks do you guys have about that? Because let me tell you, I'm bringing food bowls. I'm bringing a jug of, like, travel water for when we stop, and obviously I have to bring a travel water dish. I'm bringing 2 of their beds, 1 for each dog. Obviously, their leashes, collars, harnesses, poop bags. I'm bringing some treats. I'm bringing a couple toys for Freya. Tink is not really a toy person. Also, we just opened up a new bark box, and Freya has the cutest toy. She has a super squeaky watermelon. It's called a slobber melon. It was really funny. And then she has a sausage, but the sausage is a fabric sausage around like a hard, squeaky inside and is like meant to be torn open. And on the inside is a pickle. Um, and obviously I'm bringing, their food and the food scooper. So, what what else would you say I should bring? Is there anything that would make the trip easier? That you guys have had experiences with? Is there any like must-haves like, "Oh, you got the canopy and the seat cover, but you should also get like this or that or whatever." Like, oh, for my big dogs, I brought them this and they loved it and they kept quiet for the whole ride, yada yada, because this is a 13-hour drive. I also downloaded the Loves app. Loves is a gas station chain or a petrol chain over here in America, and like 99% of them have dog parks. Technically, they all say that 100% of them have dog parks, but some of them were built before dog parks were really becoming like a big thing for gas stations to have. And so they've had to fence in some gravel areas and call that a dog park just so they can say they have a dog park. And dad told me about one of those on the stop, and I'm not stopping at that one. But it's really cool. This Loves app, you download it and you make your profile, and it's free, of course. And you can put in your route of like where you're going to. So like I put in Omaha, Nebraska, and it showed me the route and it showed me every single Loves along the way. Um and you can click and you can save the Loves gas station, and you can also just save the route too. I didn't know you could save the route until I got done saving all like 22 individual Loves locations along the route, which I feel like that potentially could come in handy in a very specific situation, but I don't think I'm going to get through that situation. I don't think I'll come to that, but either way, you can save the routes. Like you can favorite the route, so like I favorited this route because this is a route I plan on taking at least once a year. And it tells you like what food restaurants are at the individual Loves. It tells you the price of gas. It tells you the shower schedule and like if anybody's waiting for a shower. Those were just like some very unique and handy things that the app had that I really, really liked. Oh, and also you get like 10 cents off gallon when you scan the barcode because you have an account. I thought that was really nice too. Um, I also know there's another gas app that my ex-spouse used that is also really good, but I don't know, I never really used it for its full potential, so I just got rid of it, whatever. But this Loves app is really, really cool. Super dandy. I like it. I would suggest getting it if you're someone who enjoys traveling. Um, whether you're like me and you just travel like once a year, or you travel frequently around the area, or you travel with, dogs. Um, this is, I think, is a very super helpful app because everyone knows like Loves are all around the US. You'll see at least 2 Loves gas stations on any semi long distance trip. Or even like a medium distance trip. And so it's I just think it's really helpful because it kind of gives you insight about like, oh, should I stop at this Loves? Oh, well, what's the restaurant? Do we need the gas? Can we make it to the next one? Where is the next one? So I suggest getting the Loves app for if you're going on any kind of trip. it's definitely a helpful tool to have. Um, let me see. What else? What else? Oh, also travel snacks. Dude, I like to think I'm pretty good at packing travel snacks. Um, when let me see. What did I got for the last trip to St. Louis? In our drink bag, I packed some waters. I packed Ava had her own snack bag, okay? Excuse me. Um, I just want to say that now. Hold on, I need to take a sip of my drink. What am I drinking today? Oh, thanks for asking. I'm having some peach tea because Southerner. Anyway, um, I think I'm a pretty good snack traveler. Ava had her own snack bag. She picked out she wanted pickle chips because her daddy likes pickle chips, and so she likes pickle chips. She picked out pickle chips. She picked out some M&Ms, which shame on me. I wasn't thinking because in my head, like, oh, she can't have candy. You know, like if we go to Walmart, because Walmart doesn't have like any dye-free candy like Twizzlers or like Skittles, you know. Um, so all that's got dye in it. She's like, "Oh, like what about the M&Ms?" And M's? And I'm thinking, "Oh, M&Ms are chocolate. Yeah, you can have M&Ms. Like chocolate is fine." Well, duh. M&Ms have the candy coating and that has artificial dye on it. Duh. So, I was like, "Oh man. Well, we're not 100% dye free. It's very hard to be 100% dye free and be completely gung ho about it. So, it's fine. This time, this one thing, it's okay, you know. And it's also very nice. My parents were both like, "Hey, like you're dye free. Like let's talk about some options for things for her to have while she's here." And I was very surprised. My dad was very into this dye free thing. Um, he's got some personal friend stories about, going dye free and some health problems related to dyes that their doctors think and whatever. And so the fact that he not only applauded me for deciding to go dye free for Ava, but then went further and was like, "Hey, I sought out this dye free snack specifically for Ava, and I sought out this dye free drink, to have on hand for fun. And hey, look, I made my own dye free, like artificial dye free suckers. We use natural dyes. I made her some suckers because there happened to have been like a lot of instances. Ava's only been there for less than 2 weeks, and I think there's been like six different instances where someone's tried to give her a sucker and then it's been like, "Oh, no. Sorry, she can't have one." Like, I remember 2 of them offhand. She went with my dad to an eye doctor appointment, and, of course, like, the nurse lady wanted to give her sucker, and dad's like, "Well, no, sorry, kid, like, it's got dye in it." And they're just like, "Oh, well, we have stickers," and Ava was like, "But I want a sucker. I have to have a sticker. Dang it." So, and then, like, at the bank, they drove through the bank, and it's a small bank. It's a small town bank. It's not a big name. Um, it's a local bank up in Nebraska, and so, like, the bankers at the bank have known me since I was, like, 3. Like, they know my parents, they know me, they know my sister. Basically, they probably know my daughter too, honestly, at this point. Like, that's how local of a bank, small town bank it is. They probably like could see my daughter and be like, "Hey, we know your grandparents. Oh, and now we know your mother too." Like, so they try to give her a sucker and dad again. He was like, "Man, sorry, kiddo. Like, can't have that." She's like, "This is stupid, like, I never get a sucker." And then she played the whole "I never get what I want" card, which that's the phase of life we're in now. That's the phase we're starting. She's starting it at 6. So, trying to trying to break her of that is going to be very hard. It's hard to teach single children to be to understand, to be more like respectable and more thoughtful and more caring and thankful. That's really the word. To be more thankful um for what they have, because they basically get whatever they want. Like, I don't have to split up my time and attention and money between 2 or 3 kids. I just have 1. So, you know, oh, I pick her up and she's like, "Mom, I'm really craving panda tonight." It's pretty easy for me to say, "Well, shoot, that saves me from cooking because I only have to buy panda for 3 people." But, like, if I had to buy it for, like, 4 or 5, like, that's gonna break the bank going to a place like Panda. But, like, she's like, "Mom, let's go to Target," because when she wants to go to Target, she wants to get a pink drink from Starbucks and then just walk around, and that's all she wants. And maybe we get, like, some hair ties, or maybe we get, like, some socks, or maybe, like, a new Barbie toy or whatever, maybe. But when she goes to Target, she just wants a pink drink and to walk around and to look at stuff. And that's super easy to say yes to 1 kid. But, like, if I had 2 or 3, that's Starbucks for each of them, and then that's multiple people saying, "Ooh, what about this? Ooh, mom, can I have that? Ooh, mom, can I have that? What about this? Can we get this? Can we get that? Ooh, mom, can I have a snack? What about that?" Like, it's not just 1, it's multiple. I don't know if I could do that. So, it's hard to teach humanity to her, especially at such a young age too, because it's kinda like this is all she knows, and also now that she has 2 households, like, when she only had 1 household, she had, and she still does have, Bubby wrapped around her finger, her older brother, her half brother. She has him wrapped around his finger. So, like, anything like, "Oh, Bubby, will you give me a water? Oh, Bubby, can I have a bite of your food? Oh, Bubby, can you get me that?" Like, whatever she wants, she gets it, which is fine. It's cute, it's awesome, it's great. I'm glad that they have a good relationship. I'm not knocking that. I'm just, like, basically saying all she's ever known is whatever she wants, she gets, eh, because there's no reason to say no, to an extent, like, no, she doesn't always get what she wants, like, every time she wants panda. Girl, this child, if she could have panda every single night, she would. I know she would. So, but, it's not every night, it's not every time, but it's a simple, "No, we have food at home," or, "No, we're just here to look at Target," or, "No, you can't get a candy at the gas station or a snack at the gas station," "We're going straight home, I'm gonna cook dinner." Okay. But, like, she doesn't understand why, you know? And so teaching her that is definitely going to be it's going to have its challenges because she's definitely my daughter. She's got a huge attitude. I will take full responsibility in that. Her attitude matches my attitude, and it's just like twin twister tornadoes, basically. Monkey see, monkey do. She is my little me. Y'all ask Josh. I'm telling you, like, this poor man. Sometimes I'm like, babe, are you sure you still want to be here? Because you got to deal with 2 of us. You're not just dealing with a child and then her mother. You're dealing with twins right here. They just happen to be 2 different ages. I tell you what, it's so funny. Did I even get through travel snacks? Oh my god, I tangented so hard right there. I am so sorry. She got pickle chips. She got M&Ms, and there is a peach body armor that she really likes. So I got her 2 of those for the weekend travels. For us, for that weekend travel, um, I got I packed 6 waters, I packed 4 body armor, and then I packed a thing of root beer. Um, and then I packed me 2 of my V8 energy drinks. I like those a lot better than, like, regular energy drinks because it just uses natural caffeine from the tea leaves. There's no added extra sources of energy like how Monster uses, like, taurine and whatever. I can't stand that stuff. Like, that stuff is so bad for you. And, like, Celsius, no. I don't drink any energy drinks. I've completely stopped that. The only thing I drink is just those V8 energies, and that's just natural caffeine from the tea leaves. So, um, let me see. Those were all the drinks: water, body armor, energy, and soda. Which this time I'm packing all of that also, except I'm switching out the soda for some peach tea because Josh has basically said, do not buy any more soda ever, which I don't really drink soda anyways. I like my culture soda, culture pop soda, that probiotic soda. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it. I could be wrong. I don't know. The little spiel is probiotic soda, and probiotic soda is like super in right now. Um, I think I'm addicted to it because like I drink one every day, and that's all really you should drink is one every day, like at most. Because it just helps like your microbiome and your guts and stuff. And like you don't want to drink. There's such thing as too much of a good thing. You don't want to drink too much of this good thing. It really like you got the good biome, but then you put too much, and then it becomes a bad biome. You gotta find that balance. So like once a day, like in the middle of work, I'll just get this craving because it's not super carbonated, and I really like that. So it's not super seltzery carbonated like TV static. It's like the right amount. I'm like, oh, I'm craving that in my stomach right now. Anyway, so when he was like, babe, no more soda. Because he got to a point he was just feeling so icky. Because I really only bought soda for him. And he's like, no more soda. So I'm like, okay. So no soda on the trip. So I'm packing body armor, water, and peach tea, and I'm packing my energy drinks for me for the road. Um, and I packed Ava for the trip back. I packed her some of her peach body armor that she likes, and there'll be enough water for her. And then for snacks, I got some regular, like plain potato chips. I got some jalapeno Cheetos. Excuse me. I got some sweet trail mix. I got like a birthday cake flavor, and then like a peanut butter cup flavor trail mix for like the sweet. That's what I did for this time. Last time, I packed some white cheddar popcorn, some Funyuns, and these plain potato chips. We just never ate them last time. Oh, I packed meat sticks last time and this time. And then for the sweet stuff, I packed myself some Twizzler bites and I packed him some sour gummies. Oh, and I packed us a mixed bag of M&Ms. But this time I don't want to pack any candy. I'm not really feeling the candy, so I just did that sweet trail mix because I definitely have a very strong sweet and salty tooth. So, I think that'll be good for snacks. Um that's what I do. Yeah, that's when I pack salty, I pack sweet, and that's what it is. Um and then for drinks, you always do your pure water. Always pack water. And then I like the body armor cuz it uses coconut water, so that's super good and hydrating for you. I always pack energy. Pack a little bit of energy, especially for a super long road trip like how we're leaving after work Friday and driving throughout the night. Definitely going to want that energy. And then always pack something kind of fun. So that's what I'm doing the peach tea for. That's what I did the soda with last time. You know? Which one could argue that the body armor is like the fun drink, but I don't know. I drink a body armor like every day. So that's kind of more like a normal drink for me, like an everyday average drink. So it's a lot of talking. It was a lot of talking, but that's why you come here, apparently, because you like my talking or whatever, I suppose. I don't really have any good good advice or anything. I don't know. Make sure you show the ones who you love that you love them. Even if it's just a simple, picture in the mail or just a simple funny gif as a text. Because nothing is forever. No one is the same. You don't want to be sending you don't want the only time you send flowers is to be at their funeral. You know what I'm saying? So just be kind to everyone. We can just be more kind. Um, I'm excited because I'm gonna bring my recording stuff up with me to Nebraska, and I'm gonna get some extremely future episodes recorded, some interviews with some people. Probably do like a regular podcast recording while I'm up there. Um, so this, hold on, let me look at the calendar really fast. This one comes out on the 29th. The one that comes out on July 6th might possibly be late. It kind of just depends because a Haney vacation is never just a simple relaxing Haney vacation. Like I'm doing something. Actually, let me hold on. Get there that day. My Saturday is pretty relaxed because that's the day that we travel. I'm just taking it easy and relaxing. Um, Sunday is full. I'm doing lunch and then we're going to a museum and then I'm cooking dinner. Monday, we're going to a museum and then dad's cooking dinner. Tuesday, oh, Tuesday's the zoo, which for anyone who's listening, let me just put this out here now. If there's anyone who's listening who is close enough, do not just pop up on our days. Like those who were invited to outings going on this week, those are the only people who are invited. Okay, if you listen to this early enough, and because I'm going to be there, at the beginning of this episode coming out, do not text me, do not text my mother, do not text my sister asking to invite yourself, please. Okay? And if I find out about that, I'm going to be pretty freaking mad. You know who you are. All right? I love you guys. I do. Please do not invite yourself to our things. Okay? If we wanted you there, we would have invited you. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. All right? Sometimes I sit here and doing so much talking just gets me so far out of breath. I tell you what, it's the craziest thing. And you know what's even crazier? I even thought about this episode and all the things I wanted to say, and all of that flew out the dang door. I had other things I wanted to bring up and talk about, and I totally forgot. So I'll probably, I'll probably record the episode on the 6th closer to the end of the week so that way I can give you a recap of the week and what happened. So, I don't know. That's all I know. I really didn't have anything for this episode. I had some things kind of half-ass prepared, but I really didn't like it. I wanted to put in a little bit more effort into certain topics. So, that's probably what I'll do. That's probably what I'll do is I'll probably do a little bit of research on my times when it's like a resting time on at my parents this coming week. And then on July 6th, I'll probably just give you an update of the whole week, but then on July 13th, that episode will be a good episode. It won't just be all about me. What? My vlog, my blog cast won't be just all about me. What? So, that's my plan. So far, I've been pretty good at getting my episodes out on time. I think I get a gold star for that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, traveling with dogs, if you have any tips or tricks, or if you have any questions about how I'm doing it or about how my parents have done it, you know, shoot me an email, shoot me a message on Instagram, shoot me a message on TikTok. Crap, I don't care. Hit me up. I really would prefer an email, honestly. Just cuz I've only ever gotten one email, and I want some more. I want to know people are listening. That's really it. You know the email, averageghostmom@gmail.com. Instagram is average.ghost.mom. TikTok is average.ghost.mom4. Or you could probably just search Average Ghost Mom. You'll see the logo. Tell me, how do you guys travel with dogs? Also, what are your guys' travel snacks? What is your plan? How do you decide what snacks make the cut and what snacks stay home? I'm talking snacks, I'm talking drinks. Do you guys have any other travel tips? Like, I found the Loves, well, I didn't find it. My dad told me about it, but I have the Loves app. Are there other apps that I should have? I mean, clearly I use Google Maps. I don't use Apple Maps. I hate Apple Maps because I drive faster than the car goes. So I generally miss my turn with Apple Maps. That's why I stick to Google Maps. So if there's any travel, like big long distance travel tips that you guys have, send them to me. I want to know what they are. I love traveling. I love doing big long drives in the car. I love going and sightseeing. So tell me what to do. Tell me what you got. Show me. Show me. So I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all next week once I've basically gotten through my fun family week. So um I'll say it now. Happy 4th of July to the Americans listening. Oh, what do other countries think about America's 4th of July? Because I know I have a couple people who are not Americans who listen, who are not in America. Not just the UK. I've found somebody listens in Russia. So I'm very intrigued. Tell me, what do you think about America's 4th of July? What do you know about America's 4th of July? And I I don't know hardly anything about Russia, if I'm being honest. So, and I don't know enough about the UK. So, I don't think you guys have your own Independence Days because who are you being independent from? But do you guys have a like a nationalist holiday that you guys have? And then any other countries that are listening, tell me, do any other countries a, any countries who did become independent from another bigger country. Like what is your day? What do you guys do? What are those? What are those traditions? And then countries who did not become independent from somebody else, but just has a nationalist holiday. What are those? Tell me. Tell me the dates. Tell me the traditions. Tell me the customs. I want to know everything. So, to my Americans, happy 4th of July. Have a great, safe weekend. Okay. Stay safe, please. All right. Don't be shooting fireworks up people's butts. That's a very American thing to do. Don't be stupid. You're going to be stupid anyway. Oh well. I love you guys. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye.